What's up everyone, Terraquake here, and I'm back with another Pokemon Challenge video. Beating Pokemon Emerald as fast as I could with the Metagross was fun, but slow. So in today's video, I'm doing a challenge that should be harder, yet pretty interesting. Today, I'm going to figure out if you can beat Pokemon White 2 with only one Roggenrola. Roggenrola's attack and defense is great, but its special stats and speed are terrible. Roggenrola also has a base stat total of 280, which is the same as Pokemon like Budew, Mareep, and Slackoth. It can get some good rock-type moves by level up, like Rock Blast, Rock Slide, and Stone Edge. Other than that though, Roggenrola's level up moves aren't that impressive. It does get some more variety with TMs though, as it can learn Toxic, Earthquake, Return, and Flash Cannon. Anyways, time for them rules. I can only use Roggenrola in battle. I'll have to catch other Pokemon for HM use only, so they will not be allowed in combat. No items in battle, only Pokeballs, held items, and items outside of battle are allowed, and you already know, no glitches or exploits. Believe it or not, this is my very first time doing a Gen 5 solo run, so I'm pretty excited. I started off by calling my rival Afro Man, because come on, look at that afro. Anyways, I used the Universal Pokemon Randomizer to replace Tepig with Roggenrola. I then nicknamed it Rock and Roll. To be honest, it rolls off the tongue pretty well. Afro Man had nothing on Roggenrola, as his tackles didn't do anything, and 4 of my tackles easily did the trick. After watching Alder somehow not break his legs and die, it was time for another battle against Afro Man. But I guess Oshawott still doesn't have a water-type move at level 8, because he kept on going for tackles, so once again I tackled my way to victory. Sharon's Patrat was the only Pokemon that hit me during the whole gym battle, as I sweeped his team with Rock Blast. Let's be honest though, it was a normal type gym, we all saw that coming. Yeah, so I absolutely crushed Roxy. I'll admit, I got lucky with Rock Blast as it hit 5 times against Coughing, and I got a critical hit against Whirlipede. You know, I kinda feel bad. Bugsy was nowhere near as easy though. I can only one-shot Swadloon if I get more than 2 hits with Rock Blast, so he usually gets off a Razor Leaf or 2 before going down. Even after I learned Rock Slide, Leavanny is just too powerful, as it can take a Rock Slide and easily kill me with 2 Razor Leafs. Well, I was not expecting the Bug-type gym to be so challenging. At level 31, I was strong enough to one-shot Leavanny, but it also helped that he missed a Razor Leaf. Dwebble was out last, so after Bugsy used a Hyper Potion, 1 Headbutt and Rock Slide did the trick. Before exiting Castelia City, Colress wanted to battle. Mudslap was 4 times effective on Magnemite, so I easily 2-shot him. On the other hand, Mudslap hardly did anything to Clink, so I ended up using Rock Slide, which eventually took him down. It took me a couple of tries to defeat Elisa, but eventually I got this run. Emolga went for Volt Switch, so Flaffy came out, and got one-shot by a Stone Edge. Emolga then went for Volt Switch again, so Zebstrika came out, but guess what? It also got one-shot by a Stone Edge. So finally, Emolga was out last, but I easily killed her with a Rock Slide. Once I got to Driftville City, I took a crack at Clay, but it wasn't even close. His Krokorok has Intimidate, and that doesn't set me up well for the rest of this fight. Nonetheless, I can still take him down with a Return and Stone Edge, but then there's Sandslash. He takes my hits a lot better than Krokorok, and he always goes for Rollout. Oh, and by the way, I accidentally hit a button that made the screens flip for a second during this battle. Anyways, I wasn't able to kill Sandslash, and considering that Clay still has Excadrill, I need to do a lot of grinding. Finally, at level 50, I made it to Sandslash without taking a hit, and he used dumb moves like Fury Cutter and Crush Claw, so I took him down with a few returns and Stone Edges. Excadrill was out last, so I decided to start lowering his accuracy with Mudslap. However, due to Krokorok's Torment, I had to use Return on every other turn. Luckily, Excadrill only hit me with Metal Claw once, so I was able to brute force my way to the win. I gotta admit, the Pokemon Tournament feature is pretty cool. I mean, come on, you get to battle a bunch of iconic trainers, and then if you win, you get this cool cutscene with confetti and it says, Terraquake wins! Okay, back to the challenge. Skyla actually took a lot of tries until I finally got this run. Swoobat went down to a single rock slide like always, so Skarmory was up next. Because I attached the Eviolite to Roggenrola, Steel Wing didn't do that much damage to me, so I two-shot Skarmory with Stone Edge. And this is the reason why I lost so many times before this attempt. Swanna always killed me with Bubble Beam. However, because of the Eviolite, I hung on with 11 HP to win the battle. In Undella Town, Afro Man was ready for a battle. Unfazant and Simisage both got one shot, as they used pointless moves like Taunt and Leer. However, Samurott hit me with a powerful Revenge, and then Afro Man used a Hyper Potion. Luckily, I was still able to take down Samurott with a Return and Rock Slide. Once I got to Opelucid City, I immediately took on Drayden, but there's no way I'm winning at my current level. I two-shot Druddigon with Rock Slide, but not before getting hit by a Revenge and Crunch. And then there's Flygon, who knows Earth Power, so he easily finished me off. Considering that Drayden still has Haxorus, I need to get up a bunch of levels. All the way up at level 78, I had the craziest attempt. Flygon of course hit me with an Earth Power, as one return nearly killed him. Drayden then used a Hyper Potion, as I hit him with another return. But then I used Bulldoze, not realizing that Flygon had Levitate, but thank goodness he missed a Dragon Tail. So, instead of Flygon easily finishing me off like he should've, I killed him with another return. Last out was Haxorus, and I should've killed him with Stone Edge, but nope, I had to miss, so he got off a Dragon Tail, which brought out Onix, one of my HM Pokemon. Don't worry though, I only went for Rock Polish until Onix died. I then went back out to Roggenrola, who missed another Stone Edge, but Haxorus was an idiot and used Dragon Dance twice, so I won the fight. Like I said, this was a crazy battle, but I'll take it. I'm not really sure if I should show off these admin battles, because you literally take on Zinzalin like 3 times within the last part of the game, but here's one of them. Even though it was relatively easy besides his second Cryogonal that confused me, so I won the battle with only 52 HP left. For my first try at Marlin, I got farther than I thought I would. Caracosta hit me with the powerful Scald, but 2 Bulldozes took him down. Wailord only went for Amnesia, so 1 Stone Edge did the trick. However, Jellicent outsped me and finished me off with another Scald. So you might be thinking this is unwinnable right now. Well, you're wrong, because I have 8 rare candies. So yeah, since I was now level 89, I hung on with 11 HP from Scald, so 1 Stone Edge got us the final gym badge. In the Giant Chasm, Colress was ready for a fight, but most of his team consists of Steel types. Just look at this. I am 41 levels higher than his Magneton, yet 1 Flash Cannon brings me below half health. That's how bad Roggenrola's special defense is. Anyways, Metang and Beheum went down pretty easily, but I lost to Magnezone because of Flash Cannon. So I think it's time to make the grind to level 100. Even at level 100, I was just barely able to win, only because I gave Roggenrola the Bright Powder, so Magneton missed Flash Cannon. This battle took an insane amount of tries, so I'm not looking forward to what other obstacles stand in my way. Luckily, the battle against Getsis was relatively simple. Cofagrigus, Seismitoad, Drapion, and Toxicroak all got one shot. Hydreigon's Dragon Rush didn't do that much damage, but of course I had to miss a Rock Slide. I still ended up killing him, so last out was Electros, who died to a single Stone Edge. The final battle against Afro Man was yet another brutal fight. Unfazant immediately went for U-turn, so Bouffalant came out, but I took him down with a Bulldoze and Return after Afro Man used a Hyper Potion. I somehow outsped Samurott and got a critical hit with Stone Edge. His last 2 Pokemon were Simisage and Unfazant, who both died pretty easily. That battle took a lot of luck, and I'm just glad that it's over. Well, here goes nothing in the Elite Four. First up was Chantal, the Ghost-type Master. Cofagrigus hung on from a Stone Edge and got off some decent damage before going down to a couple of Rock Slides. Golurk nailed me with an Earthquake, as I killed it with a bulldoze and stone edge. And here's the only reason why I won this fight. My quick claw popped against Chandelure, so one rock slide took her down. If the quick claw didn't activate, Chandelure would have one-shot me with an energy ball. Anyways, the last out was Drifblim, who brought me down to 11 HP before I one-shot her with a rock slide. Next up was Grimsley, the Dark type master, also known as the Challenge Run Ender, as it's impossible to beat him without using items in battle. Liepard always went down easily, but then there's Crocodile, who always hits me with 2 earthquakes, and then there's Scrafty, who always hits me with Brick Break, and on the off chance that I make it to Bisharp, I can't one-shot him, and he always takes me down with Metal Claw and Night Slash. I tried putting many different items on Roggenrola, but nothing seemed to work. I always got the same result. Even when I did use items in this battle, I still struggled and barely won. So yes, I am calling this challenge impossible unless you use items in battle. So while I let the rest of the battles play out, because they're basically pointless now, let's talk about this challenge. To be honest, I was feeling pretty confident throughout most of the game. That's until the 7th gym, and from there on out, it was rough. There's even been a bunch of trainer battles that have given me problems. I knew Roggenrola's special stats were awful, but I didn't think they would be this bad. However, even when he got hit by moves like Earthquake, they still did a ton of damage. Keep in mind, I also had the Eviolite attached to Roggenrola throughout most of this game. It's a strange feeling though, because I haven't failed a challenge in a very long time. But, you know, maybe that's a good thing. As you can see, I still had plenty of problems beating the rest of the game while I was using healing items. Nonetheless, I defeated the champion, but we all know that I failed this challenge. Anyways, I have no clue what challenge I'm doing next, so be sure to leave some suggestions down below in the comments section. And if you want to see more of my challenge runs, then you can check out the playlist that I left a link to in the description. Also, if you want to see more Pokemon content from me, I do a lot of Nuzlocke series and card openings here on the channel. For now though, if you guys enjoyed this video, then be sure to drop a like, subscribe, and hit that bell to see more. And until next time, deuces!